Imagine a world where the war in Ukraine ends before Inauguration Day. Federal taxes on tips are wiped out, and controversial topics like critical race theory and transgender education are cut from school curriculums. These are just some of the big promises former President Trump is making for his return to office in 2024.
He has vowed to conduct mass deportations and take action against policies in so-called sanctuary cities.
I'm announcing a new policy today that I will support a tax credit for family caregivers who take care of a parent or a loved one.
But can he actually deliver on any of this? For months, former President Donald Trump and Vice President Kamala Harris have been making waves with bold promises, each claiming they have a plan to improve life for Americans. From immigration to social issues and healthcare, Trump's campaign has been packed with ambitious ideas. Today, we're diving into Trump's top campaign promises to break down what he's promising, what's possible, and what might need more than just a signature to pull off. Trump has promised he'll end the war in Ukraine before he even takes office in 2024. He says he'll broker a peace deal within 24 hours, but hasn't offered specifics on how he'd accomplish this. The conflict between Ukraine and Russia is complicated, involving deep-rooted political, historical, and territorial issues. Even though Trump has claimed he has a strategy, it's unclear how he'd bring both sides to the table. International peace agreements usually involve significant negotiations, often with concessions from both sides. Could Trump really use his negotiation skills to bring a quick end to this complex conflict? Trump has also announced plans to carry out what he describes as the largest mass deportation effort in U.S. history, targeting illegal immigrants. This would focus on cities like Aurora, Colorado, and Springfield, Ohio, where he plans to crack down on undocumented immigrants, especially those involved in crime. Such a large-scale deportation operation would be unprecedented, requiring coordination across federal, state, and local levels, as well as significant funding. It also raises questions about the logistical and legal challenges of deporting such a large number of people. Would Trump actually be able to pull this off? Or would it face pushback from various government agencies and civil rights groups? Trump's education plan includes cutting federal funds for schools that teach critical race theory and transgender issues. He argues these topics don't belong in public education and that they're divisive. However, federal funding only accounts for about 8% of the overall funding for public schools, with the majority coming from local taxes. While Trump might be able to cut some federal funding, it wouldn't necessarily stop schools from teaching these topics. This could also lead to a debate over free speech and local control of education. Trump has criticized Biden's push for electric vehicles, pledging to undo any mandates related to EVs. While Biden doesn't have a strict mandate for EV adoption, he has set ambitious goals and incentives to get 50% of new car sales to be zero-emission by 2030. Trump would likely focus on removing these incentives and regulations, but it would require navigating through the Environmental Protection Agency's rules and federal policies. Removing these incentives could slow down the EV market, affecting manufacturers and consumers who've started shifting towards electric options. Is this a rollback that would benefit or hinder American progress? Trump has promised to eliminate federal taxes on tips for service workers, which is an appealing idea to millions in the hospitality industry. However, this proposal would require Congress to pass legislation exempting tips from federal income taxes, which could be a challenge. Estimates show that such a measure could cost the government up to $250 billion in revenue. Many retirees currently pay taxes on their Social Security benefits if their income reaches certain levels. Trump has promised to eliminate these taxes, making it easier for retirees to keep more of their Social Security income. However, this change would require congressional approval and would reduce tax revenue. This could mean cuts in other areas or finding new sources of revenue. Though it's a popular promise, the question remains about how to cover the costs and whether Congress would agree to it. To keep up with how these promises unfold, subscribe and stay tuned for more updates.